fossil fuels.
तो सर मैं मैंने भी लिखा हुआ ये तो मैं
This
मिस कर
facility, which manufactures white fused alumina, is another example of how the teams have worked to improve their efficiencies
तो सर का जो
and
सिस्टम स्लो चल रहा है उसको
lessen
अभी
the,
करना है
the energy density or energy intensity
सर का
of
जो
our
मेन
processes.
सिस्टम है
So improving
हाँ स्लो
efficiencies
साइंस
and
बोलती है
while using
तो
less
वो
of
मिलता है
electricity. That has been the theme at these plants, and
या
these
तो
are the materials which we find increasing use both in abrasives and in the refractories which for heat containment. Next. Teams at the refractories units had worked on manufacturing what we call the thin nitride bonded silicon carbide tin furniture. And these are the products which will reduce again the energy for the end use. So the specific energy that is required to make ceramics comes down dramatically and also improves productivity for our customers. Here is again another example. How do we stretch scarce resources? The teams also worked on building new products and of much higher quality and precision. So this is an example of the feeder channels for the container glass industry. And glass is one area which is again poised to grow significantly over these years. Our chairman shared about our effort in terms of collaborating with GAIL to set up a natural gas as an alternative fuel for liquid fuels in our processes, in our ceramics and abrasives units. So this is a shot of the system that we have put in place now, which will enable us burn clean fuel and with very low emissions. We also save a lot of diesel, which was normally used to transport these fuels to our locations. Our composites division manufactures large parts not only for the chemical industries but also for the renewables industries like the windmills. So these parts find use in the windmills, the nacelle covers of the windmills, and also in what we call the mobile towers. Our factories in Russia invested in increasing their capacities for making nitride bonded silicon carbide refractories or for the heat containment of incinerator plants. These plants burn waste or what we call the municipal waste and generate electricity. So this is our contribution to ensuring we have a cleaner earth going forward while using the waste to provide energy to the world. This is another example of how committed we are to ensuring that all of our processes finally have zero waste. So that's our clean room. And this building is one which is being built completely through use of scrap material generated in the coated abrasives manufacturing process. So leveraging our capabilities of making composites, panels were manufactured and this entire building has been built. We also recirculated or recycled a large amount of our waste into useful products. The virtually abrasive work facility in Russia, which manufactures silicon carbide, installed a gas treatment facility for cleaning emissions from the silicon carbide furnaces. So this effort was also recognized by the government of Russia and as a winner in the 16th Leader of Environmental Activities in Russia 2020 competition. Now, at the core of the company is the people. So, to ensure that we have a culture that is very innovative, collaborative, and networked, we have set up what we call a PACE platform. This
उसने ना एक
provides
आदित्य
people in the
बिरला और
company an opportunity for self-directed,
लैंडिंग कार्ड और
experiential
एक और
learning
बताया था
and
आईडीएफसी
leverage or use their energies on
हाँ
projects of their
बट वो
choice.
एक्चुअली क्या है वो अगर 5 भी
During the
अगर हो
pandemic,
जाता है ना
the
तो
company
भी
also
मेरा काम चल
invested
जाएगा
time and the people for learning on e-learning. So the e-learning modules which were rolled out was utilized by more than
अच्छा अच्छा
795 users and
ओ
2,477 modules were uh, were used
हाँ
were
तो ये तो
completed by
तो
participants.
वो ये कह रहा है कि बैंकिंग इतनी नहीं है उस हिसाब से लोन नहीं है उतना नहीं
The
है वो
other factor about people is mentorship.
नहीं तो
So
मैं ये
here
कह
we
रहा हूँ
provide an
कि जो
opportunity
मैं जितना
for
रिक्वायरमेंट थी मेरी मैं
a
उस हिसाब से
voluntary
मेरा तो उतना नहीं
self-directed
होगा अभी
training program. So
जो
which also
बैंकिंग में
these are
दे रहा हूँ ना
very
बैंकिंग
experienced people in the plant, in the
तो उस हिसाब से वो
factories,
कह रहा है 5 लाख के
mainly
आसपास
in
होगा
the offices, and where youngsters or newcomers to the company can engage and learn about the culture of the company.
तो मैं
So there is a bit of a hand holding
तो
and
हाँ
which
तो
makes it
उसका फोन
easier
मैं
for
एक्चुअली आज
the
फोन किया तो वो
newcomers
इसने उठा लिया वो
to,
सर मैं 3
to
जगह
join the
उसको
company
किया था
and absorb its culture.
एक नहीं बजाज वाला तो अलग है
This
वो बजाज
program
वो
was
जो
also
जिसको
awarded
मैंने
by the
दिया था वो
Confederation of
उसने
Indian
आदित्य
Industry
बिरला लैंडिंग
as a
कार्ड
very
और मैं
unique
दिया था
mentorship program.
आईडीएफसी में
Innovation has been at the heart of CUMI for many,
हाँ
many
हाँ
years. And new product development
हाँ वो मैंने तो चेक ही नहीं
needs
किया वही खुद चेक कर रहे थे वही
something
खुद बता रहे थे
beyond what we are already doing.
मैं तो कुछ चेक ही नहीं
So
किया
going
कुछ
into
भी
the future,
मैं तो सिर्फ
we
अपने
have
पेपर दिए
chosen the UN Sustainable Development Goals as a framework for
तो
driving
एक बार कर लो तो
innovation
मैं आपको
in new
आज
products.
अभी तक मैं वो इनपुट दे देता हूँ
Currently, we
स्टेटमेंट
address
दे देता हूँ
some of the
आपको
goals with our existing core products. Next
हाँ
slide.
तो एक हाँ बिल्कुल आप देखो
Going forward,
वो कह
we
रहा
see
था अब इस समय
opportunities
50 से 55 लाख
in
उन्होंने
areas
कैलकुलेट किया
of
था मेरा
spaces
पूरा स्टेटमेंट
including
50 से 55
zero
लाख के
hunger,
करीब होगा
good health, clean water, clean air,
हाँ
and
तो यही तो
sustainability.
मैं कह रहा हूँ ना आप फिर मैं आपको भेज दूंगा फिर एक ही तो मेरी वो ही रह गए है वो मैं
Examples
स्टेटमेंट भेज
are,
देता हूँ
for example, graphene for energy reduction in energy
ठीक है
consumption in electric vehicles, as silicon carbide for electric vehicles, or for lightweighting. So some
हाँ
of
जी सर
these
बताइए
are examples of
हेलो
advanced
सर बताइए
materials which will go into meeting the sustainable goals for the future.
हाँ जी मैं बोल रहा
The
हूँ वो
company
एक्चुअली
also
टाइम नहीं
drives,
हो पा रहा एक्चुअली मैं
as I said, innovation and new products, which results in IP, creation of
अब मैं
IP. So in this last year, we have been granted
आप मेरे को एक
7
काम करो
patents,
अभी आप मेरे को 1 घंटे में कॉल
4
बैक कर
design
लो मैं आपको
registrations,
बता
and
दूँ
10
कि कहाँ
trademarks.
से करनी है
We have also filed
ठीक
for
है
additionally
हाँ
5 patents,
ठीक है
3 design registrations, and 6 trademarks. It's a continuous effort to build our IP repository. This is a reflection of all the new products in both in precision abrasives and in the coated abrasives, which was developed and launched last year. These products from the industrial ceramics portfolio include products for armor and for electronic ceramics test substrates, which is called the tape cast alumina ceramics.
अभी और
A range of products from minerals,
अभी कंसर्न ना करें
refractories, and composites are shown here. So right
अच्छा
from
तो मुझे
manufacturing
एक तो मुझे
used yttrium
मेरे
stabilized
को
zirconia,
मोबाइल में ना
which
कुछ
goes
ऐसे इशू
as
आया था
the
उनके
coatings
मोबाइल
on
कॉन्टैक्ट
turbines
हटते हैं
to
तो मेरे
making
को एक
carbon
देवेंद्र
fiber
जाति का नंबर
composite
और एक
drone
विजय जी
parts.
का नंबर चाहिए
The company has widened its portfolio.
वो कैसे मिलेगा मैम लेकिन मुझे बहुत अर्जेंट है वो मतलब ऐसा ना हो कि
Mostly Abrasives
फिर वो
Russia
भूल जाए फिर उसके बाद फिर मेरे को
celebrated
दोबारा
its
कॉल करना पड़े
60th
तीसरी बार मैं कॉल
anniversary
कर रहा हूँ
on 22nd of April 2021.
सीएन इन्फोटेक से बोल रहा
This
हूँ
is a screenshot of the
SAIN
celebration,
सीएन
which was
इन्फोटेक मेरे को
attended by
सोनी
the
पर अपना
governor of
सपोर्ट
Petrograd
चाहिए
and
इसलिए मैं
also
फोन कर रहा
all
हूँ
the retired employees of the company. A very elegant function which showcased the improvements done after CUMI took over this facility in
क्योंकि और मेरे को ना
2017.
लाइसेंस भी खरीदने VPN
Many of
लाइसेंस,
the
तो
old
इसमें इस
timers
चक्कर में ना
will
मैं
really
कर
appreciate
नहीं पा रहा मैं, क्योंकि
progress that
आप
CHIMI
बात
and
नहीं कर
BAW
पाओगे
together have created.
उसका
And
मेरे को
this is
VPN लाइसेंस
shown now as a classic example of good cooperation between the two countries.
बजा सकता और विजय जी का भी नंबर दे दीजिए, टेक्निकल जो है।
This is another picture of the retail foray that the abrasives division of BAW has set up in Washington. This is a retail shop selling abrasives, and this is a pilot which we would expand in other parts of Russia as well. The last year has not been a very great year, and all of us have experienced it. It's a very unprecedented year. So the year started
अब संतोष भी
with
है क्या यहाँ पर?
absolute unknowns.
संतोष का नंबर लास्ट में क्या है?
People
डिजिट
across
चेंज
the
होगा?
plant followed COVID protocols to ensure that we are safe and maintain these social distancing,
ठीक है।
ensure that
नहीं,
everyone
अगर वो नहीं उठाता तो
wore
कम से कम वो तो बात
PPE
कर रहे हैं,
while at
टेक्निकल
work and
जैसे कि मैं
ensure the safety of the plants and the people. So as we moved this year into the second wave, we also started with our drive for vaccinations. Across plants, we have driven vaccination programs, vaccination campaigns, which included not only the employees, but also people from the surrounding areas. This is the facility of a quarantine facility in Chennai. So while we have gone through the first wave and the second wave, we are also ready for a third wave if it comes. So while we are going to strengthen, or we are strengthening our COVID appropriate behaviors across our plants, we also ensure that the vaccination drive is done in earnest. And as a support, we have rolled out a COVID policy which will provide comfort and strength to people who unfortunately get infected with COVID. Our corporate social responsibility next, extends to education, community, medical infra, and health. So these are all some examples of our involvement, people's involvement in delivering the CSR. So while we have online classes for employees and their children, we also do community support by offering food and provisions while supporting the OHCs with medicines and providing quarantine facilities wherever required. 2020 was a very long year. What started off as an unprecedented year where the world was masked and fighting an unseen enemy soon ended up in half the world, or more than half the world, closing down for a few months. Then we had our own challenges in terms of the shipping, and then later on, the availability of the vaccine gave us some hope. Next. The pandemic also taught us that enough is enough. We have to take care of the world. And then moving on from a fossil fuel-led world to a green fuel and making the world more sustainable. This also forced many organizations to change directions to prevent. First and foremost is the safety and health of the workforce. Then it forced organizations to relook into what they were doing and ensuring the business continued. Many of us adapted to an online world, and then through increasingly developing new products. This is how the numbers panned out for the year. So sales, after a difficult first quarter, marginally increased by 1.5% to 2,600 crores. The profit EBITDA was about 512 crores, again a marginal improvement over the previous year. The company remains a debt-free company and a AA rating, which indicates good financial standing. The major segments of abrasives, minerals, and refractories, and ceramics and refractories, all did well. So while the at a consolidated level, abrasives clocked 993 crores, electrominerals did about 1,000 crores, while ceramics and refractories did about 627 crores. All the divisions showed significant improvement in their profits as well.
जल्दी लिया
This is the trends of the sales turnover and the net profit margins of the company over the last 8 years. You would see that while the sales has shown a not very steep growth, the profitability has significantly improved through a combination of working on efficiencies, new product introductions, and a product mix which is more profitable. This is what we see as a way forward in 22 as we go forward this year. The company also had its share of awards and accolades in line with our focus. The SEAM or National Energy Management Awards was won by the Electrominerals Division. The environmental award by our Russian subsidiary Volchky Abrasive Works. The focus on people resulting in the National HR CIA National HR Excellence Award for significant achievement in HR excellence. An example of corporate governance in terms, so this is the second time in a row we are getting a certificate of merit from SAFA for the annual report, and the Environmental Health and Safety Award from the CII, and a TPM Excellence Award from the ITM Japan for Operational Excellence. These are some of the awards and accolades that the company had received over the last year. Now, as we move into Q1 of FY22, the momentum that we have gained over the last 3 quarters sustained in the first month of this year. But then the second wave of COVID hit us, and the teams, while managing the COVID, also managed to run the businesses successfully. So after a difficult May, the teams pulled back strongly in June, resulting in a good Q1 performance. Next. So this quarter was also had its share of problems with supply disruptions impacting raw material availability, but the teams continue to focus on building capabilities across businesses. Next. Consequently, the consolidated results in terms of sales was 706 crores, 59% better than last year, while the PAT at 77 crores, 291% over last year. All the three verticals did exceptionally well. These are the standalone results, where again the sales of 465 crores was almost 100% better than last year, while PAT at 63% was 500%. In line with the spirit of the Murugappa Group and the values and beliefs the of integrity, passion, quality, respect, and responsibility, Kimi goes forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anand, for this exhaustive presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope it gave you a perspective of the company, its products, its services, and how we are managing in uncertain times. Ladies and gentlemen, coming back to the business of the meeting. The notice convening the meeting dated 24 June 2021, along with a copy of the annual report for the financial year ended 31st March 2021, has been circulated electronically, and with your permission, I will take that as read. The auditor's report on the financial statements does not have any qualifications or observations or comments on the financial transactions or matters as having any adverse effect on the functioning of the company. There are no qualifications, observations, or comments in the secretarial auditor's report too. Accordingly, these reports are not required to be read out at the meeting. The ordinary businesses set out in the AGM notice pertain to the adoption of standalone, adoption of consolidated financial statements, the declaration of the dividend, the final dividend. It also relates to my reappointment as the director of the company. Special businesses include the appointment of Mr. Sridhar Rangarajan, the approval of payment commissions as required under SEBI regulations, the ratification of payment of remuneration of the cost auditors for the financial year ended 31st March 2022. The resolutions and the explanatory statements in respect of these have been provided in the notice. Few shareholders have raised queries through gateway. Few of them have registered themselves as speakers in order that they can raise questions, queries, clarifications. I now request the moderator to facilitate the shareholders to speak. And in the interest of time, and in the interest of giving every shareholder an adequate opportunity, may I once again request that all shareholders restrict themselves to the business, to the company's operations, and the statements of accounts and the annual report. I greatly appreciate all shareholders who have registered to speak. It indicates your interest in the company, and we look forward to hearing from you and also gaining from your insights as well. So, Mr. Moderator, sir, may I request you to activate the shareholders in their order of registration.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Mr. Moderator here. I will bring the registered speakers one by one who are currently available now. The first speaker is Mr. Bharati Saraf, who is not available at this moment. We will move to the second speaker, the representative of Sri Bengaluru BPO is also not available at this moment. The third speaker, Mr. Abhishek. I request Mr. Abhishek to unmute your audio and switch on your camera and proceed with the query. Since Mr. Abhishek is also logged out, so we will move to the next available speaker, Mr. Sanjog Saraf. I will request Mr. Sanjog to unmute your audio and switch on your camera and proceed with the query. Mr. Sanjog Saraf from Calcutta, I would request you to unmute your audio and switch on your camera to proceed with the query. Yes, sir, you have unmuted. Please proceed with the query. Sir, again you have muted. Sir, I would request you to unmute and proceed. Yes, please proceed. Sir, please proceed. You are unmuted. Please proceed with the query.
Mr. Saraf, you have been unmuted. You may kindly speak now. आप अभी बात कर सकते हैं.
So since there is no response from the speaker as well, we will move to the other next available speaker, Mr. Rahul Kumar Paliwal from Pune. I would request Mr. Rahul Kumar to unmute your audio and switch on your camera to proceed with the meeting. Thank you.
Thanks for
Yes,
the
sir, you have
opportunity.
unmuted. Please proceed.
Yes, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. So my question is regarding the opportunities which is arriving out of China plus policy. Your plans for tapping this opportunity in different material segments. How you are looking at growth in coming next 3 to 5 years. Like for our composite business, silica-based business, and other opportunity, how you are looking at the growth in those sectors. So that's my question, sir.
Thank you, sir. Other speakers who have registered, Mr. P. Jaychand, Mr. Mani Sundaram AV, Mr. Gopal, Ms. Vandana, Mr. Yusuf Yunus Rangwala, and P. Shyam Sundari. All these speakers are not available at this moment. And with this, we have completed the Q&A session with the registered speakers who are available online, and I'm handing over the stage back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, moderator sir. Thank you, Mr. Rahul Kumar Paliwal, for your question. It really indicates a very deep insight into overall matters, commercial and geopolitical matters that you have insights on. Let me give you a brief perspective. Yes, I mean, the world has changed considerably, and clearly China has been a dominant factor in the world. It's been a factory to the world, literally making a variety of products. Quite naturally, we have also been impacted, I would say positively so, and in certain areas there are one or two concerns. China has been a world force across many of our product lines, particularly in the electrominerals product line, where they are a source of bauxite, they are a source of fused minerals, they are a source of silicon carbide, etc. And given the current world order, we have also benefited in the sense that many customers worldwide who were taking products from China and also buying small quantities from us, they have reached out to us and have asked us to provide them larger quantities. And this is a good indicator. This is across the electromineral spectrum, particularly silicon carbide and bicarbonate oxide. This augurs very well for the Russian operation as also the Indian operations in silicon carbide and white aluminum oxide. So accordingly, our plants are running to full capacity to fulfill the needs of our customers. And we have made plans to expand capacities as well. And while expanding capacities, we're also expanding capabilities because we just do not want to be an alternative supplier. We want to be an alternative supplier partner, whereas when we can work with customers even for their future needs. So I think this is a positive development from the electromineral side. Similarly, on the abrasive side, because we provide surface engineering solutions of precision nature to customers in a variety of industries, particularly automotive, engineering, etc. They are also looking for alternatives to China, and we can see some trends. We can see some trends of improvement. Thirdly, if I look at it the other way, we were also importing some raw materials from China. And these imports have been reduced largely allows us to re-engineer some of our processes and products in order to make the products ourselves over here. So overall, I can say that this policy has worked well in certain areas. It has the indications of opportunity in certain areas. And as we go forward, time will tell. Because like as an alternative to China, I'm sure there are many other competitors worldwide who are looking at this also as an opportunity as we are. But nevertheless, to summarize, we are looking at this just not as a substitution opportunity, but also substitution and enhancement of our product portfolio. Mr. Moderator, sir, are there any other questions?
No, sir, nothing, sir. We are not receiving anything.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Paliwal. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the business part of the meeting. The Instapol facility will be activated now so as to enable members who have not cast their votes earlier through the remote e-voting facility. This facility is available on the left-hand corner of the video conferencing screen, and you will see a sign or an icon in the form of a thumb. Members can click on the same, and this will take them to the Instapol page and then give the vote. Mr. Sridharan, our scrutineer, will submit a report to the company after consolidating the remote e-voting and voting at the AGM. As there is no business to be transacted, before I declare the meeting closed, I wish to thank all the shareholders for connecting with us today. And also, Moderator Sir, and to the KPIN team, thank you very much for facilitating this video conference so that we could connect with our shareholders across the country and across the world. There are other service providers who are here today. We thank you all for ensuring the conduct of this meeting. And to my colleagues from the secretarial team and the IT team here in Chennai at their house, thank you all very much for your support and for running this meeting very smoothly and for the preparations that you have made. To our board and colleagues across the company, we look forward to a continued progress across all our businesses despite difficulties. We thank you all for your support once again. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The meeting is now closed.